Development is a process by which humans change qualitatively and quantitatively over time. Development cannot be measured with measurements, but there are certain developmental milestones which are to be achieved at specific ages. Jean Piaget's 1936 theory on cognitive development links expected achievements to an appropriate age. The National Institute of Mental Health describes learning abilities as a disorder that affects people's ability to either interpret what they see or hear or link information from different parts of the brain. If a child does not display mannerisms, actions, or an understanding of certain concepts at the expected age, they can be labeled as having atypical development. A common type of atypical development is the aspect of cognitive delay, where children experience serious difficulties in learning advanced concepts like counting, reading, and writing. In this video, symptoms of the learning disability dyslexia will be defined, discussed, and recommendations will be given to help affected children achieve their true potential. Piaget argued that cognitive development can be summed up in 4 distinct universal stages occurring in sequential order. Sia has issues with reading words accurately and fluently, recognizing and remembering common words learned daily, completing classwork on time, and reading aloud in class. It is widely believed that dyslexia is just being unable to read and habitually writing inverted letters. However, the problem is much deeper than that. Mayo Clinic states, dyslexia is a learning disorder that involves difficulty reading due to problems identifying speech sounds and learning how they relate to letters and words. Also called reading disability, dyslexia affects areas of the brain that process language. The Understood team states that the difficulty in decoding stems from an inability to grasp a more basic language skill called phonemic awareness, which is the recognition of individual sounds in words. According to a specialist at the Dyslexic Center in Antigua and Barbuda, dyslexia is not a prevalent issue. Ms. Viola Ephraim and Ms. Diana Martin, employees at the Early Childhood Education Training Center, both stated that children at the preschool level are not assessed or penalized for any signs of inabilities to grasp and display an understanding of certain skills. The educators argued that it is normal for children to be unable to recall concepts they have learned in the first semester, as they generally display a distinct improvement in attitude and skills when the school term resumes. National assessments are conducted in grade 2, and thus the age of diagnosis is usually around 7 or 8. Every parent wants to see their child be successful, but children develop differently and at their own pace. In some cases, genetic and environmental factors can affect and alter how a child develops, which influences the way they understand the world. A common type of atypical development is a learning disability called dyslexia. It is extremely important for children with learning disabilities to be provided with assistance early on. This will eliminate feelings of depression and poor self-esteem that arise as they realize their inability to function at the level of their peers. Children with dyslexia do not lack intelligence. They just require a different approach to learning. Early intervention strategies can be beneficial to parents and teachers, easing the frustration of dealing with a child whose learning process they don't understand. These strategies are most effective with consistent involvement from parent, teacher, and child. The school, community, and government can help by providing support for children and their families.